I was cleaning the attic when I found it, a photograph tucked inside a cracked wooden box. It was my grandmother, smiling beside a man I'd never seen before. Was this a secret? A betrayal? My heart grew heavy with questions. I asked my mother, but her eyes filled with tears before she spoke. The man wasn't a lover. He was a soldier who saved my grandmother during the war. He gave her this photograph before he went back to battle. He never returned, but she kept this memory safe, hidden even from us. Love takes many forms. Some are never spoken, but never forgotten.
Your story isn't over yet. Share this if it gave you chills.
They sat there for days, a pair of shoes at the front door. At first, I thought someone had simply forgotten them. But no one came to claim them. I asked the landlord. His voice cracked as he told me. The man who owned them never returned home. He died at the hospital, alone. He left no family, no note, only these shoes. I couldn't throw them away. Somehow, they felt like a piece of him still waiting. Sometimes the things we leave behind say more than the words we never spoke.
Your story isn't over yet. Share this if it gave you chills. She never missed a night, always writing until her candle burned out. Every joy, every sorrow, all carefully pressed into words. But one night, the pen stopped. The next morning, she was gone. Her family never knew what she meant to write. The last line became a question that would never be answered. They left the diary on her desk, never closing it. Some stories don't end with answers, only silence. Your story isn't over yet. Share this if it gave you chills.
The market was alive with voices, colors, and 1,000 passing stories. But her eyes fell on a simple necklace, nothing rare, yet strangely familiar. She reached for it, but a stranger's hand touched it first. Without a word, the woman pressed it into her hand as if it belonged to her. When she looked up again, the stranger was gone. She kept the necklace, never knowing why it felt like a part of her. Years later, when she opened the locket, inside was a faded picture of her mother as a child. Sometimes strangers are not strangers at all, but family we never knew.
Your story isn't over yet. Share this if it gave you chills.
The old house stood silent, its windows sealed like secrets. But every evening, she sat beneath it, waiting. She believed one day it would open, and he would return. But days became years, and still the glass stayed shut. Until one day, she found the courage to climb. Inside, she found a room untouched and a letter waiting on the desk. The letter said, "I never left. I was here all along, watching over you." The window never opened, because he was already inside, keeping his promise.
Your story isn't over yet. Share this if it gave you chills.
The fire left nothing but ruins. She stood where her childhood once lived. Among the ashes, something caught her eye. She pulled it out, a photograph, scorched but whole. It was her parents, standing in front of this very house, years ago. Though the house was gone, their love was not. She realized the fire had not taken everything. In the ashes, she found not what was lost, but what still remained.
Your story isn't over yet. Share this if it gave you chills.
The old watch had outlived its keeper. It was his grandfather's, passed down with his final words. After the funeral, he listened to its ticking for comfort. But one day, the ticking grew faint. He panicked. He couldn't lose this too. Then he noticed the engraving he had never seen before. At that moment, the ticking grew strong again. Time had not left him. It was carrying him forward.
If this touched your heart, Cassian.
Every evening, I saw her sitting by her window. She never looked my way, yet I felt she knew I was there. Night after night, we shared this silent ritual. I never dared to wave. Perhaps she felt the same. Until one night, her window stayed dark. For days, the silence was unbearable. Then one evening, the light returned, but it wasn't her. We never spoke, yet I still feel her gaze in the silence.
Your story isn't over yet. Share this if it gave you chills.
Every year, my little lantern for her father, who had passed away when she was a child. This year, her wish was the same as always. I hope you're proud of me, Dad. But just as her lantern floated out, the wind picked up, and the rain began to fall. Her lantern tipped, sputtered, and vanished beneath the waves. Just as despair set in, a stranger approached, holding a lantern almost identical to hers. Inside the lantern was a small note. To Mai from Dad, keep shining. The man explained he had been her father's old friend. Before he passed, her father had asked him to deliver this lantern when she was grown. Sometimes what we think is lost forever finds its way back to us at the right time.
If this touched your heart, Cassian.